Welcome. In this video, we will learn about NumPy arrays. NumPy is basically numerical Python. It is a package for scientific computing and data analysis. NumPy uses a multi-dimensional array object. Now we will study about arrays. Arrays basically stores multiple elements, but these elements are of same data type. Let us see what I mean by this. I will import NumPy package as np. Then I am going to create an array. You need not to worry about it. In the coming videos, you will learn that how you can create NumPy arrays. So here is the name of the variable which will hold the NumPy array. And now I have created a NumPy array and then I print this array. So you observe over here, the data type of all the elements of the array is same. If I try to convert any of the element to float and rerun this code, all the elements of the array will be converted to float. And if I try to convert an array element to a string, all the elements in this array will be converted to string. So this simply means that all the elements in an array must have same data type. Furthermore, the precedence is to string. That means if even one element is a string, all the elements will be string. And if a string element is not present and one float element is there, all the elements will be of float type. The second point is all the elements of an array are stored side by side in a memory. Let us see this with the help of an example. If in Python I write this code and this is a memory and these are the various blocks where the data can be stored, then this data can be stored randomly anywhere in the memory. Now if I write this command, that means I'm creating an array, then all the elements in this array will store in this manner, that is side by side. The last point is each element in an array has a unique index and we can assess every element using this index value. We will learn more about these index values later on, and there is another video related to that which is specifically for indexing of an NumPy array. So there are basically two types of array, one dimensional and two dimensional. NumPy allows multi-dimensional array also. But in this topic, we will study about one dimensional and two dimensional arrays only. So one dimensional array when stored have this index value. That is, we have these elements 22, 3, 4, 77, 88 and 66. The index value always starts with 0. So that means this 22 have index value 0 and this can be used to assess this element. And two-dimensional array is like this. It has two indexes, that is column index and row index. And whenever we wanted to assess any element, we have to see the intersection of row and column index. For example, 22 can be assessed using 0, 0. 67 can be assessed using 1 and 1. 66 can be assessed using 0 and 3. You can learn more about it in a video which is specifically on indexing of NumPy array. So generally we confuse array with the list, but there is a difference in that. So we will study these differences one by one. The first one is data type of values. We have just learned that the array, we can store only same type of data, but in list we can store different type of data. So I explain you with the help of an example. We can create a list by writing L equals to, I can create a list with any element. For example, I write 1 and then I say apple and then I say 33.5. And when I print it, it print me the list. It is a list. But what you can observe over here, that in a list we can have various type of elements. They can have different data type, but an array cannot. It has to be of same data type. Then we have elements stored in array are in contiguous blocks, but in list it is not there. Element wise operation. Yes, in array we can do that, but in list we cannot do that. Now, what do you mean by element wise operations? If you look at this array, we have same type of data, right? We can do an operation on them. For example, I can say array divided by 2. This refers to all the elements of NumPy array. So when I run this, it gives me the output. But this is not possible with the list. Reason being, in a list we have various type of elements. One is integer, another is string. So I cannot do apple divided by 2. And here we have float. So that is why it is not possible. It gives you the error, right? So the basic reason behind this, that why we cannot use element wise operations in list, is this, that in list we can store various type of data elements. Then more space. Array do not take more space, or you can say that compared to list, they take less space. Reason being, whenever you store a data in an array, because all the elements are of same data type, you need not to attach data type with all the elements. But in case of list, whenever you are adding an element, Python will attach data type of every element you store in a list. So it takes more space. Less efficient? No. Yes. So again here you can say arrays are more efficient than the list, because the storage is very good over here. They are stored side by side. So when you access the array from the memory, they are accessed very fast as compared to lists. Arrays are part of NumPy library. That means that when you install Python, you have to install NumPy yourself. But list is a part of core Python. That simply means that when you install Python, list data type is already there. You need not to install anything extra. I just take you to the official documentation of NumPy, and here it says NumPy is fundamental package of scientific in Python. At the core of NumPy package is ND array. This ND array means n-dimensional array. NumPy array has fixed size at creation. Changing the size of ND array will create a new array and delete the original one. So that simply means that when you have created an array and when you change or add new elements to it, it simply deletes the original one and create a new one. Then the elements in NumPy array are all required to be of the same data type, right? And thus will be same size in memory. We have already learned this. So there are more to say about this, and you can read more about it from this official library. This is, you just need to search for what is NumPy and it will take you to the NumPy library. So that's all for now. Thank you. See you in the next video.